Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Megan, and today's video is super exciting. It's gonna be about this bad boy behind me, the Walkingpad. I have seen these on TikTok and I've talked about them to my friends, I've talked about them to my mom, and I've always said if I had one of these, my step count would be higher. I would be more into cardio, because honestly, what draws me back from doing cardio is I feel like I want to do it during times where I want to watch TV or late at night for some reason, or when it's raining, or when I don't feel like driving to the gym. Like sometimes you just get that urge to do a workout at home, and there's a lot more privacy that comes into running on the treadmill, walking on the treadmill at home that I really love, one. And two, I also just love the idea of accessible equipment and not having such a bulky item take up so much space in your house or in your apartment, especially if you're living in something like an apartment where it's a lot smaller of a space. It's hard to invest in such a big piece of equipment because one, it's a pain in the ass to either get up the stairs or get into your house or move around in your house, and two, because it's just so bulky, and honestly it just doesn't fit the vibes. It doesn't fit the aesthetic, and that's okay. It's okay to be an aesthetic girly. I am too. I have my suspicions. I was not sure if they were gonna be good quality, bad quality, really how they even worked, but I was fortunate enough to be able to collaborate with Walkingpad, so thank you so much to Walkingpad for being the sponsor of today's video. Although this is a sponsored video, all opinions are my own, and I will be very honest in my opinion on the pad itself, and I am super excited to just kind of show you guys how it works, do my first impression. So first off, I want to segue right into the unboxing of me taking the box apart. I will slide that in right now.
I would like to let you know if I could be the kind of girl that you could look out for. 'Cause when I look at you, I feel something tell me that you're the kind of guy that I should make a move.
So it comes with a remote here for manual mode. So in your manual mode, you can turn up the speed, turn down the speed, and it just needs a battery in the back, but it comes with that battery that is needed. Additionally, it comes with the safety stopper. So this obviously goes on your body, and then this goes inside so that if for some reason you go flying off the treadmill, this pulls out and the treadmill stops, so it's not dangerous. And as far as the setup is concerned, it's actually super easy. So you just pull it out and you unpack it. You want to be super careful and make sure that everything is locked. So really read the directions, but you want to ensure that the handrail is locked before you pull out the bottom portion. I almost popped my head because I didn't read the directions. It also obviously comes with a power cord that is decently long, so you can plug it in, but if it's not long enough for you, you can also buy an extension cord and just plug it in that way. But as far as the handrail is concerned, it is adjustable, so it can go higher or lower depending on your height. And I love that it has this little pocket here so you can put your phone in. If you didn't have a TV in front of you, you could watch videos. The handrail also is collapsible, so if you wanted to, let's say, use your standing desk for something, the handrail does not need to be up, but personally, I feel safer with the handrails. And overall, I feel like it's a very easy assembly, and the directions are very clear about what to do and how to do it. So I highly recommend this, but before I continue my workout, I wanted to also just go through the specs of the treadmill for you guys and just show you all the little pieces so you guys can get a feel for it yourself. Okay, so here is the treadmill, and obviously I just rolled it up so it can be right in front of my TV screen here. So this is what it looks like. When it's collapsed, obviously it's about half the size, and that bar comes down to make it the handle for you to roll around. There are wheels in this front portion here, and this is also where the power cord goes in, as well as the on and off button. So as you guys can see, it's just your typical treadmill. So it has these side panels here and the normal belt. Here, I love that it's actually an automated thing, so it'll show you how long you've gone. So that says how many miles you've gone so far. This says the speed that you're currently going at, so you can be monitoring that, as well as the time in your session. Obviously there's an on button. The M stands for manual, so that is what mode you'd be in when you are using either the remote or your phone. And then automatic is a different kind of mode that you don't have to be as in control of your speed, but it will change your speed. And just to give you guys a front view, here are the little baby wheels. They're definitely a bit small. I would prefer if they were a little bit bigger just for storing purposes, because I said it is kind of heavy, but honestly it's not too difficult to manage once you get the hang of it. I would actually pull from behind you instead of trying to push in front of you, if that's helpful. And then obviously, as you guys can see, that's where the power cord goes in, as well as the on and off switch. You want to make sure that it is powered off before you are trying to recollapse. And I've just been storing it right here next to our little ottoman side, so that whenever my mom or I wants to watch TV, we can also pull this out, and it's super easy to do so. So like I said, since it is a bit heavier, I would just definitely recommend to have it in a space that's easy to pull in and out, but you also want it in a space where it can have that support just in case, you know, your dog knocks it over or something like that. And the only other thing that I will say is it is a little bit difficult to get over a thicker carpet. I have no problem with a thinner carpet. I will say, just upon the first impressions of it, it is extremely heavy. The box says team lift. It is absolutely a team lift. It is a very heavy box, a very heavy piece of equipment. However, I do feel like that's slightly to be expected, right? Because it's a literal freaking treadmill. But I do just want to warn you guys of that, especially if you are planning to have the box delivered to you. It was delivered to us and we literally had to, my mom and I had to push it into the garage because it was so heavy, and they delivered it in the middle of our driveway. I was like, come on. You definitely need to be super careful bringing the box in, deassembling everything, taking it out of the box. Just be very cautious when doing that. And as far as the unboxing process, honestly, I love that it already came folded up. There's no true assembly. The only assembly that you have to do is the assembly that you have to do every time to use it from the folded position. So that will be the next thing I segue into, which is going to be how to get it out of that folded position. So I'm just gonna put like a little time lapse here of how I did that. One thing I want to note is to be extremely careful with this top bar. You want to make sure that this is locked in down here before you even try to move the foldable treadmill out. Additionally, there is a manual and I would highly recommend that you read it, not just look at the pictures, as again, there are little pinch points and there's a little bit of danger obviously in unfolding, refolding, etc. And you just want to be very cautious. Once you do it once, I did notice it's super easy to get down, but the first time you just want to be extremely careful. I would say the biggest thing to be careful of is this bar right here. It is not lightweight. As far as getting it unfolded, it really just is getting the bar up and moving the pad out. It's really not that difficult, and then just getting the power thing in and getting going. I just took the time. I did some interval walking and running while watching my show, and I can definitely say it is worth the hype. I was a little bit skeptical obviously about it, but I think that it worked out great, and I think again it's so great for anybody who is in a smaller space. I definitely want to try to get it all the way upstairs so I can put it with my standing desk. I think that would be such a game changer for me, because sometimes when I'm just sitting there like doing things on my computer, I wish I could be walking, and so I definitely am going to try to get it up there to use as like a standing desk combination. But I also love it down here, so I'm kind of like, which do I want? As I said, it is heavy, but it does have little wheels at the bottom. I feel like the wheels could be a little bit bigger, but honestly, as long as it's on real flooring, it's no problem at all and super easy to move and glide around. Now I'm just going to insert a little clip moment of just my workout and just how it works from different angles of the walking pad itself. It is just a traditional treadmill once you get it up and running, so I think the most important and exciting parts of this video is just watching the assembly and the deassembly and the unboxing, but I just also wanted to show it in motion. I love the concept of it. I think it's 10 out of 10. I think that if you're between getting a traditional treadmill or something like this, I would highly recommend this. It is nice and compact, and especially if you're somebody who moves a lot or is intending to move, or you just live in a smaller space, I think that there's so many pros to this. But that is going to conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys have any questions about it or you just want to know more about it, feel free to message me on Instagram and I'll be happy to answer all those questions for you guys. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys just enjoyed seeing it. I'm so freaking grateful and excited to have this at my house and to be able to use this more. I am someone who has been really trying to get more steps in and just walk more, and I always find myself wanting to walk at times where I'm not at the gym and just wanting to get steps in on like a weekend or a rainy day. And honestly, I'm not a big walk outside by myself kind of person, just from a safety perspective. And so I love having this option for myself, and no more excuses for me about not having somewhere to walk to get my steps in. Now I have to practice what I preach. But yeah, I'm super excited to use this more, and definitely if you guys subscribe, I will definitely update you guys on it in general and just my thoughts on it. And maybe I'll also do a 6-month prior video just to tell you guys my opinion on how it runs after some wear and tear. And definitely subscribe if you guys want to see more content like this and just more of my life and fitness content. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.